Hey guys, what's up? I'm Greg. I hope you guys are ready to unpack and get into some good conversations today.
And I'm Jess, and this is our podcast, Baggage Claim. Thank you for joining us.
What's up, Baggage Claim? How's everybody doing tonight? If you're first time here, thank you for joining us. If you're a regular, grab your favorite drink, pull up to the table. We're going to jump into some fun conversations today. This is a place where we like to, hopefully create some community and some conversations around relationships and life and all those fun things in between. And we have a special guest with us tonight, which we're really excited about. Would you like to
I thought you were about to introduce.
No, that's your job.
Our special guest this evening is none other than Rebekah Black.
That's me.
She's known around these parts. She's pretty famous.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Autographs after the show.
Yeah.
We've been friends with her for a long time now, and there is so much to cover, and we're so excited to have you here. Thank you.
I'm excited. Let's do it.
Yeah. So Rebekah has a very, very interesting life of does some really cool things that I think some of you guys, it's just crazy how even I had some friends that I had known and it was like, hey, we were talking about your company, and they're like, oh yeah, we know exactly who that is. And I was like, yeah, it's so cool. It's just a small world, but really cool small world.
And I'm going to just throw a disclaimer out because Greg and Rebekah are a lot alike. They can talk, paint off walls, and I mean that in a good way.
It's a spiritual gift.
It is.
A gift.
And if you've been listening to Baggage Claim, that's not my strength. If I have questions or people are asking me things or I have outline on my notebook, which there's nothing. I have 7 words written down.
I saw that.
Yeah, it's not okay.
I was like, okay, she doesn't have my questions here, and I like it like
it's
that.
It's not okay.
Yeah, I don't need any. I don't need any questions. You just hit me with it.
So it'll be probably a lot of you two talking, and I'm just going to enjoy it, and I will just try to jump in when I can. But usually, before we jump in, we have something that we call
question time.
Question time.
Nailed it.
Question time. Thank you.
Nailed it.
Question time.
Question time.
Support.
I didn't feel comfortable singing today.
Why? You're embarrassed because Rebekah? You think she can
You
sing
gotta
better
bring
than
that
you?
No.
singing voice.
She was
girl.
bringing some Destiny's Child earlier.
I was.
You were.
Go
I'll
ahead.
bring it back.
Okay, so it's Christmas. Would you rather?
Ooh.
Some of our questions have been literally ridiculous. Like, would you rather your ears flap every time you sneeze or whatever? Like, it's just been literally ridiculous. These are kind of easy.
These
Would you
actually-
rather meet Santa or meet the Grinch?
Ooh.
Oh gosh, I'm gonna pick Santa.
Is this
Sorry.
pre or post like the Grinch story Grinch?
I'm talking about the Grinch, the
At
one that's
Universal
Universal.
Studios, the,
Like that guy
the
who's
real
dominated
Grinch that
So
lives
not
there?
Jim Carrey.
No.
The guy
Then
that's
Santa,
at, the guy at
all the
Universal
way.
is hilarious.
He is hilarious.
Yeah, that guy's
I
funny.
found him on YouTube, that guy, reading How the Grinch Stole Christmas, and me and the kids watched it today. He's sitting by a fireplace. It's Max the dog. It's a whole thing. And
well,
we
that sounds
had
more fun. I
the
feel like
best
I've never
time.
met him. We see Santa all the time, right?
Yeah.
Well,
The
that's
Grinch
just,
is.
I mean, he's just a fat, jolly old fella. Just
Yeah.
eats a lot,
okay.
you know?
Would you rather be one of Santa's elves or one of his reindeer?
Oh, reindeer. Let me drive, baby. Let's go.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah. The
I feel
elves,
like-
all they do is work.
I feel
That's
like
so
Elf,
true.
if
Yeah, but
you're-
they love their work.
They
Like
do
they have
love
such a
it.
good time working.
Mhm. But I'm 6
I feel
foot
like
tall.
an elf is just, you you would fit into
feel
that.
like Buddy.
Yeah,
You
I
would
really
be
would be, buddy.
When he like sits down on that little toilet,
Yeah,
that would be
me
me.
and
Buddy the elf.
I can't do it.
Oh,
no,
gosh.
put me to
Oh, my
work.
gosh.
Put me on the
I
on
feel
the
like an
sleigh.
elf
I'm
would
ready
just
to.
be like a warehouse job. Like you're
feel like
just
literally-
you're just doing stuff.
I want to
on
be
the
a reindeer so
assembly
I can
line.
fly.
Yeah, and you get to go to all the places. Elves have to stay
The whole
in the warehouse.
the
You
whole
work
earth.
what, one whole day?
One
That's it?
evening.
I know. I want to be Rudolph.
yeah.
Yes.
If
Yes.
you were to be a reindeer, which name do you like?
Ooh,
Blitzen.
Prancer.
Blitzen? Oh,
Oh, Prancer.
I was thinking. I don't even know if he's a.
Are
You
singing
don't know
the
if it's
song
a
in your
boy
head
or a
right
Yeah,
girl?
I'm
now?
trying to figure out which one is out of the reindeers.
Comet and Cupid and Donner and Blitzen.
Dasher
Dasher.
and
I think it's
Dancer.
Dasher.
Prancer.
I think Dasher, just because it sounds like a cool name.
That
He's
is
a cool
cool
guy.
name.
That's a fast dude.
Yeah,
It
but
is a
Rudolph
fast
had his
guy.
own song.
And a glowing nose.
And a glowing
Yeah, but his
nose.
Okay,
face lit
you're
up.
trying to show off. I like
yeah,
it.
it's just
Yeah.
like, hey, look at me, you peacocking over there.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay, there's one more.
Okay.
This is it. It's a big one. Would you rather
what
ride
she
the Polar? Would you rather ride the Polar Express or Santa sleigh?
Ooh.
Listen,
That's easy.
Polar Express.
Santa's sleigh.
Santa sleigh.
Polar
for sure.
Express.
Polar Express is.
Did
Or-
you watch the movie? Did you see where they're doing the roller coaster
Can I
thing?
tell you an honest
How
truth
fun
right
would
now?
that be?
I don't like it when when they make the humans
Too
look
real?
And I don't like
The elves'
that.
faces are creepy.
1 minute you're an animation, and the next minute you're Tom Hanks, and I don't like that.
Yeah, it was
Okay.
weird. That show is a little weird. with the
Because
faces.
if you
Right.
ride the Polar Express, if you've seen the movie, you are going to go meet Santa. You're going to the North Pole.
Oh, but if you are
On
on the
Santa's
Santa sleigh, you're like on his lap.
It feels like it's gonna. Yeah, you're either on his lap or in the bag. It feels like it's gonna be a very uncomfortable ride.
Yeah.
You
Miranda,
ever
what
been
would
in
you
a
like to
bus
say,
in third
Producer
world
Michael
country? It's
Jr.,
what it feels like
Miranda?
to be like. Wow, moment
Yep.
of silence. Yeah.
Polar Express,
Mm-hmm.
the ice scene.
Oh,
The
yeah.
ice.
Well,
Yes,
Yeah,
that'd
it's
be
like
terrifying. But really,
But
but
imagine
you
that
feel like
adrenaline,
near-death experience?
yeah.
adrenaline.
I can also say that I personally can't keep up with anything. So that stupid ticket floating through the air is the story.
It's
of
a
my
lot of
life.
pressure.
Yes.
I can't find. It's like I can't find my debit card. Where's my driver's license? I never
Right.
know, and that is real to me. So
But to-
no,
So
But
it's,
to get to do the hot
hit home with you,
chocolate
huh?
situation in real life, the
Yeah.
hot chocolate. I
Mhm.
mean,
Yeah, but don't you think Santa has hot chocolate on the sleigh? And it's probably
he
a
don't
lot
care.
better
He
than
is
the
in
Polar
worker
Express
man
chocolate.
mode. He's like,
watched the Santa Claus movie.
Yeah, he has hot
Yeah.
chocolate.
I was watching that today.
Chocolate.
I was actually
Oh,
watching it today, putting up my
yeah.
Christmas tree.
Right.
Oh.
That movie was on. I like cookies. I'm trying to eat all them cookies. So
Mm.
you go ahead,
Okay.
big guy, get your Santa sleigh. I'll go down the chimney. I'll be here with the cookies.
Yeah.
Yes, put me on the
Oh.
list.
yes,
Yeah,
it's like
dude.
Hang on,
sold.
you make a cookie
Say
box?
less.
she sure does. She didn't last year because it was a newborn baby, but yes, she
Oh.
does.
Dude, those
I
cookies.
volunteer as
Are
tribute.
they like they like
to be
tally
on
level
your cookie
cookies?
box list.
They're bigger. Yeah.
Yeah, those
Is
chocolate
there a
chip
peanut butter
cookies were-
blossom involved?
There's a
You
peanut
know,
butter
the one with the Hershey
situation.
Kiss.
Oh, is that what you call it? A blossom?
A peanut
That's what
butter
my mom called it.
blossom.
Is that
Okay,
what
that's
it's
a
called?
So
cutie
you
name.
take the
I'd like to
Peanut butter cookie with the Hershey
and you
Kiss
put the
in the
Hershey
middle.
Kiss in the middle.
Oh,
And it's
yeah.
called
New
peanut butter-
name.
Peanut butter blossom. That's not
I've
what
never
y'all call it.
I've never heard it.
No.
No, we just
It's
always
some
call them
Kentucky
peanut
stuff.
butter cookies.
That is Kentucky thing.
Peanut butter blossom. We're so bougie in Kentucky.
Yeah, that is a
Yeah, that's
bougie thing. Yeah.
exactly what I was thinking.
I am. I grew up in Eastern Kentucky near Lexington
Really?
Yeah.
My
Are
mom
you-
went to college up there.
at Morehead State University.
No.
Oh shoot, we were so
Union.
close. I know that school.
Really?
I do, but I grew up in Morehead, Kentucky.
Mm.
Save all your jokes for later.
Okay.
One more drink of
back to
bourbon and we'll go there.
We'll get up in the. Okay.
Okay.
So, we're not going to do like an official read of a bio. So I
No.
want to
Okay.
tell the listeners a little bit about yourself.
Okay. I'm an Aquarius. I like long walks on the beach. I'm just joking. I am an
Beautiful.
Aquarius. No, I'm
Literally
Rebekah.
one of the funniest people I know
Really?
in my
That's
life.
so
Yes.
nice.
Yeah.
That is very
Wow.
nice.
Yeah.
I'll
And
take
I
this
think
show on the
that
road
every-
quick.
Yeah.
No, but I think that every time we actually get to talk,
Oh,
like you're
yay.
just so fun to talk
Thanks.
to.
Oh, guys,
Anyway, I
okay.
hijacked you. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
No, it's fine. I'm Rebekah. I am a mom. I have 3 daughters, Audrey, Jet, and Reagan. We have a lot of feelings at my house. Everyone's like, "Oh, you have 3
Mhm.
daughters. That's so dramatic." But no, we're not really dramatic. We just feel a lot.
Right.
So we might cry over a burrito or a boy. You just don't ever
You
know.
don't
It's
know.
like there's no cheese on this.
It's just according to
Right.
what you do with it.
With
Right, it's like-
ages.
Audrey is 18, Jet is 14, Reagan's 13. So
Gotcha.
all teenage girls. We
Nice.
just
Wow.
love it over here.
You are up in the feelings.
I am in my feelings, all of us. So
Now, we
so-
have 4 teenagers at a time, but 2 of
Mhm.
them are boys, so it wasn't
Oh.
anything like
No.
what you
No,
have.
mm-mm.
No.
My brother has 3 boys and I have 3 girls, and we all went on vacation a few years back. And his boys like jumped into the pool with a hot dog in their hand and was like,
Oh, yeah.
"Ah!"
Uh-huh.
And then my girls were like, "If we could just put a little glitter on my collarbone right there." I'm like, "Oh my god!" Like,
Yep.
get in the pool, you know.
Mhm.
So our worlds were very different, but similar.
Yeah.
We're crying over, sand in our socks, and they're,
Mm-hmm.
chowing down on cheeseburgers. It's just interesting. Anyway, so I have 3 daughters. I'm a mom. I'm an entrepreneur. I started a nonprofit 7 years ago. It's called Jambos. We provide new pajamas to kids experiencing the foster care system. And that has been kind of my 4th child, I guess you could say.
Oh, yeah.
And huge baseball fan. I love sports. I love like indie, weird hippie music. I'm this like closet
Ah,
hippie. It's kind of
really?
interesting. Yeah. I usually like find songs. I'm like, this is going to be a viral song. And then it ends up happening. And I'm like,
yeah.
that was mine.
Mm.
Yeah, that's kind of my thing. What else? I mean, when you're a single mom and you're an entrepreneur, that's like your personality traits. So
Right,
I've
yeah.
lost like all things that I love because it's like I'm just out here grinding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, my family kind of lives close. My mom and dad live here, and they're my huge like support system. They help me with my girls, and am I not close enough? Sorry, everyone.
I
But
moved the
yeah.
microphone closer for friends who are not watching.
I just need to hold this very close.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's a little bit about me.
So was Jambos your very first thing you've ever started? Or is it your first company? Or did you done?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I've always had like this entrepreneurial spirit. When I was a little girl, I was the one making the lemonade stand. I sold the friendship bracelets. I wanted to like figure out how to, buy it for $0.25 and sell it for $1 at school. Like I was that girl.
Gotcha.
But I didn't know what that was. I just knew I was good at it.
Mhm.
Right. So I was like, oh, that's interesting. But like we would make like 50 and $60 on a lemonade stand in my grandmother's front yard. Like
Oh, wow.
crazy. Like how's this happen? My mom and I would host a yard sale. I give my mom the credit for that though. But we would make like $1,200-$1,300 at a
Whoa.
yard sale.
Oh, wow.
It's like, Mom, how did we do this? And she's like, I don't know, but let's go shopping. So, but yeah, so it's always kind of been in me, but I
Right.
always worked for the man. Like I did
Yeah.
sales and marketing in the wireless industry for a long time. And
Yep.
then I've always known there was a call in my life to do ministry. I just didn't know. I had never really seen women doing ministry, if I'm honest. I grew up in a
really?
small church in Eastern Kentucky, and most of the women that I was engaging with in ministry were Sunday school teachers or volunteers. It was never like from behind the pulpit women are up here
Right.
leading like that.
So, yeah, because you and I met at 12 Stone.
Mhm,
So
mhm.
how did you end up at 12 Stone?
Mhm.
Like,
12
how
Stone
did-
is a large
Yeah,
church.
sorry, it's in Lawrenceville. It was a plant. It was a church start actually
near the
in
Atlanta area
Lawrenceville.
in Georgia.
Yeah, it's North Atlanta, and it's pretty large. And
Yeah.
We
it's-
have
mean,
to
at
keep in
one
mind
point-
we have people listening literally all over the world.
Okay, yeah.
that-
Hi, everyone.
yeah,
All over the world.
Yeah.
No, so we met. I went on staff. It was at that point one of the fastest growing churches in the country.
Yeah.
It was like listed as. I mean, it was a big old church.
yeah. When
Mhm.
we were there, I think we would have. I think it was around 24 to 25,000 people on a Sunday.
On a weekend. Yeah. And I had no idea what I was doing. I knew I was in sales. Okay, let me back you up a little bit. I lived in Tacoma, Washington, and I sold cell phones for Sprint. And I could sell a phone to a dead man. If you even looked like you wanted to ever talk on a phone, I was giving you 2 of them. It was the craziest thing. Like I would convince people that they needed multiple phones. Like, why? She's 12, I'm like, okay, you need 2 phones and you get one for free.
You
And
need
then-
a phone. You
and
get
I'll
a phone.
waive your
you get a
activation
phone.
fee. Like I was out here doing it. So everybody was getting a phone. And I was
Yeah.
making 6 figures as like a 21-year-old kid. Like it was
wow.
crazy.
Yeah.
My dad filed my taxes with me one year and he was like, do you know you won a trip to Hawaii and made over $100,000 last year selling cell phones in a retail store? Like, and I was on like 53rd Street. Like I was in a hard part of town. Like I
Wow.
would sell a phone to a dead person. Anyway, fast forward. I was making a ton of money. I had the shoes, had the car, had the haircut, had the purse, had it all. And I hated it. I hated my life. I was like, this is so like unfulfilling.
Yeah.
And I knew from a young age that there was a call in my life to serve kids in like the orphan care, foster care space because I had worked in an orphanage in Jamaica, which take a mission trip to Jamaica sounds really hard. That sounds like
You
a
did
real
a few
like,
of those, Greg.
it's
Yeah.
like, okay, you went to Montego Bay for a mission trip.
Yeah.
That
Were you
sounds
at Sandals?
awful.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, it's like, but it really was an infant rescue center. And then we worked in a teen girls home. And I just had such a heartbeat for it.
How old were you
And
when
I
that
was
happened?
14, 15
Okay.
years old. And so I just kind of frolicked through my 20s and da-da-da. And then I came to this like realization that like I needed to surrender all of that. It was like the Lord was like doing a work in me. I was a single mom. I'm like, what is going on? And I took like a $75,000 pay cut and went to work part-time at a church.
Now, was
And,
there anything that brought that on? Like, I'm just curious. Like,
um,
was there some kind of event that made you kind of stop and?
Well, fun fact about Rebekah's testimony is I've been married twice. So I was married to the military. My first ex-husband was in the military. And so I had Audrey, my oldest daughter.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
that all dissolved after he came back from, I think it was his 3rd tour in Iraq. And he came home and there was just a lot of I guess dysfunction is a nice way of putting it, but it just was doomed from the beginning.
Mhm.
Right.
And honestly, there are components of it now where I'm like thankful, like the Lord has just shown me like that I almost don't remember it. Like, it's
Mm.
like
Oh,
there's
wow.
a season of that it's either trauma or God's healing. I don't know.
Right.
But it's like, okay, that part of my life just feels so removed. I mean, it was 25 years ago. So,
Right.
right.
Yeah.
Anyways, fast forward, that had all dissolved. My life was just kind of at rock bottom. And I was like, what am I doing? You
Right.
know? And so I came back to Atlanta, lived with my family. Audrey and I were with my mom and dad. And I was like, I'm just going to start applying for jobs. I went into wireless again, just kind of transferred things around. And then it was like a moment where God like said to me, stop running. Like,
Yeah.
start chasing after what I called you. Don't forget, you're not disqualified. Go
Right.
chase after what I called you to. And so
Mm.
I thought I was doing the right thing by going into ministry, full-time local church ministry. And that really opened a lot of doors for me, and it really right-sized a lot of things for me. So I was on staff there, and then and that was just a time where I like really recentered my call to serve people.
When you said it kind of right sized some things for you, like what?
Mhm.
Give me an example of a
Mhm.
couple. If
In
you,
that season, I was very like driven by performance. I was very driven by money. It was like, I have to make
gotcha.
X, Y, and Z dollars. I need this type of car, this type of shoes, this type of. I was just, I would. I was pretty immature, I guess. I don't want to say that people that think like that are immature, but I was immature.
Right.
And then when I got a real understanding of fulfillment and purpose and calling and what God is going to do through me, that was the stuff that became the priority.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was just really right sized for me, and very quickly. Like, that's the thing about this relationship I have with the Lord. He's like, when we move, we move.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
we doing
that's good.
this. Yeah. So
Nice.
mhm.
All right.
Look at me picking up my mic
You gotta
stand.
stay real close to it, girl.
Yep.
Just
sitting
They
back.
don't hear me drink this bourbon through this microphone. Mhm.
So when you say
Yeah.
you felt like a calling
Mhm.
when you were 14, like, can we unpack that a little bit?
Yeah.
Like, I'm really curious.
So it's taken me till now to be able to put words around what that felt like for me.
Right.
I'm amongst people. There was a group of us, probably 25 of us on this trip from my church. And my mom, my dad, my brother, myself, and then my sister, she didn't go, but the four of us were there. And I felt off balance because, and now I can explain it like this. A lot of the people we were with had heartbreak mentality, and I had heartbeat mentality. And they're different, in my opinion.
Right.
When your heart's breaking for something, you can feel very like paralyzed or sad, or there's nothing I can do. I feel so bad. But when you have heartbeat mentality, I'm ready to run, chase, activate. Well, how do we make this better? What can I do? What are
Run
my gifts?
alongside.
Right.
Yeah.
And so like we use that language now at Jambos. So like our hearts are beating for the kids we're serving.
Gotcha.
And so I was like, why am I not crying? Like, why everybody around me is so emotional? And I'm like,
Right.
what can we do? How I was activated,
Right.
not paralyzed or down by, their circumstances were obviously heart-wrenching, like you feel, right?
Instead of a
Mhm.
sadness, it was more, it almost makes you feel like you had an empowerment
Yes.
of what you can
Yes.
do.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so I came home and I'm like, I'm going to be a missionary. I'm running. I'm going to move to Africa. Like my parents were like, yeah, girl, go get it. But thanks, Mom. But I never felt defeat, like I couldn't do anything. And like, not to say that like my mom's perspective of that, she was really, really hurt. Like being in those circumstances, she's just like, oh my gosh, this is so sad. And I saw it as that,
Mhm.
Right.
but I knew that this was not just a mission trip high, as they call it, or
Yeah.
like this emotional moment. It was like, no, I'm supposed to do something about that.
It was
Mm.
more like a kickoff
Yeah.
rather than this is just
Wow.
like
Mhm.
a trip.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It didn't end there for me. It
Mm.
began there for me, I
Oh,
think.
wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is cool.
Mhm.
All right.
Yeah.
So you're at 12 Stone.
Yeah.
You've kind of you're just applying for jobs and
Yep.
you wind up at 12 Stone with a job.
Yeah. And I was in the wrong seat, but I was on the right bus. And I was like, okay, I'm on the right bus. I just don't belong in this department. And there were just so many things like that I learned, and I didn't really know. I was always like saying to myself, like, I don't want to marry, bury, or baptize any of the people in this building. Like,
Right.
I'm not shepherding people. Like, I'm not out here like, what? But my job, I oversaw all these volunteers, and there were thousands of volunteers.
Yes.
Mhm.
I also helped people like assimilate into the church. You're new here. Let's get you settled in. Like, how does it become your church family? Where can you get plugged in? That was like my whole job.
Yeah.
And I was like cut for that.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
I
yeah.
was,
100%
Like as
made
far
for
as
that.
like your job, Greg, and your job, Rebecca,
Mhm.
how did y'all Because that's where y'all's friendship began. Our
Well,
friendship began.
because my job was over small groups, but also to somehow, some way, um, everything in the building that happened from greeting to ushers fell under my title somehow, some way. I don't know how.
Uh-huh.
It was like adult ministry, but like people would come into the church and then I would get them on the train and then he would help them take the ride.
Right,
Gotcha.
yeah.
So
And so it was.
That's a great way to
So
describe it.
as soon
Yeah.
as Rebekah walked into the room, we're like, I remember having those conversations with some of the other guys going, oh, we know exactly where Rebekah needs to be.
Yeah.
Like the best place for her is be in the front lobby.
Yeah.
And it was like you were made for that. It was an easy
Oh,
fit
yeah.
for you.
I would agree.
It was,
Mhm.
and it was fun and I loved it. And then I started to feel like I was loving it more than I should.
Okay,
And
so
Oh,
tell me
okay.
about that.
I started really like, of course, your senior pastor's up there speaking, and you've got the funny announcement guy that everybody loves and whatever.
Which
but
I
like-
ran into
Really?
on the
You saw-
square. I walked
Yeah.
into him and I was like, Travis.
We're
And he's like,
friends.
what's up,
Was
buddy?
that Halloween?
I love it.
When we were
Yes.
out there with
No,
grandbaby?
the lighting of the chicken.
Lighting up the chicken.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Such a Gainesville thing,
Yeah.
but they were lighting a chicken. He was on
Yeah.
a date with his wife, but
Aw,
yeah, I hadn't
that's-
seen him
oh,
in
yeah,
forever.
that's
Yeah,
right.
so those guys were kind of the faces of the
Uh-huh.
inside the worship hall or worship
Yes.
center room. Like,
Yep.
obviously, our senior pastor, like he's the founder. Everybody knows him. He's the teaching pastor. Like you
Mhm,
know him. But then,
mhm.
like Travis was the guy on stage that everybody was like, he's the funny announcement guy. But then when you came out of there, I was like on this huge bridge. I had thousands of
Mhm.
volunteers. People were reporting, quote to me. It was like I kind of became the face of that lobby,
Yeah.
and
100%.
and I was proud of that. I loved the job. I loved the ministry we were doing. It
You
was
were great at it too,
and
though.
and you know, it was
Yeah.
like my gifting. I was in my wheelhouse.
Yeah.
You
And
were.
so, but I started feeling like I was kind of idolizing it. I was like, oh, well, why am I so proud of this? And things started becoming mine. And where I do love ownership and I want to do my job well, it was like, hang on a minute. I started feeling a little convicted about the fact that I was like obsessing maybe a little bit about
Okay.
it.
All right.
And so I started to like try to unpack or get unsettled in my soul. Like, wait a second, am I going to leave from here? I thought I would retire from
Right.
there. I
Yeah.
thought that was going to be where
I never thought I was leaving either.
I never.
It was kind of
No,
weird how it
no.
happened for me
Exit.
too.
And you know what's
Let me tell a funny side note story. I
Oh,
just
gosh.
had such a flashback of talking to you in that lobby. You had on the cutest, you had on the 12-stone t-shirt and your cute jeans and your little tennis shoes, but you had on the cutest gray blazer. And I remember obsessing over it so much that I texted you and I was like, where did you get it? I have to have it because I have to do this outfit at school. And I did. And you sent me the link and I copied you. That was
so
such
great.
a vivid flashback
I'm
for me
like,
just then.
Did we get it at JCPenney?
We did.
Yes.
we did.
JCPenney was my go-to for a hot
Yes.
minute because I'm tall and they had the long arms.
That
and,
is
you
so
know,
funny
I
when you
love
were
that.
talking about that. I had just like
Mhm,
vivid. I was
mhm.
like, oh my gosh, this is such a fun memory for me.
My one of my favorite things to like give advice like to people who are working a job is like dress for the job you want, not the job you have.
Hmm.
And I always thought that blazer made me feel so official.
It was
I
so
was
cute. I
so
copied it
important.
so
I wore the
bad.
blazer. I
The
was-
blazer and you
the
had your name
blazer
tag.
with my name
It was
badge on
so
and my
cute.
Yeah.
walkie-talkie.
Yeah.
It was so cute. I totally
That's
redid
so
that
funny.
outfit, but with a school T-shirt, not a
Queen.
church one.
Hey, rock
Anyway,
it, girl.
I
throw
just-
some sneakers on with it.
I did.
That's my girl. So yeah, I knew in my spirit like it was just time for me to go, and it made no sense. And what's really weird is there was another pastor that was like supposed to come in and be the next like senior pastor of the whole church, and I jokingly said to a friend of mine like, if he can leave. If he would just leave, then I wouldn't feel so bad about leaving. And then,
Uh-oh.
like months later, like weeks later, he
was
left,
announced.
and I was
Yeah.
like, "Oh God, now I
Yeah.
have to go." But that was just the beginning of really finding where I am now.
Yeah, because I remember like the stupid amount of coffee that we drank from
Oh
that
my
Starbucks.
gosh, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's insane. Like they didn't even ask my order anymore. When I would go up, they
No.
would just
Mhm.
hand it to me.
You were
Uh,
already a coffee guy before you worked in that building.
Yeah,
And
it
it
was
just-
it was not good.
was
for
nuts.
Coffee
me.
for
It was
pastors is like
nuts.
liquor.
It was
Like it's like we just
nuts.
drink it and kept
Yeah,
drinking it,
just
and that's
ju-
like
all day
Mhm.
long.
all day long. And
Imagine
Yeah.
Michael having a Starbucks or whatever the case may be of your favorite coffee shop in the lobby of your church.
Yeah, you walk down and every meeting you had
I would have a
be-
standing order
He did.
every morning.
Every-
I
yeah.
would just walk in and go straight there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And on the Sundays when I made it to Central Campus with all 4 kids, they knew what I wanted, but I mean, it was like 50-50 shot.
I
Yeah.
never went on Sundays because it was just nuts.
Yeah.
It was nuts
My-
on Sundays.
My Sundays were 15 hours. I would
Oh,
get there
yeah,
at 7
easy.
and leave by 8, 9, 10. It was
Yeah,
like
it was
non-
long
It
days.
was a lot.
Yeah. And
It was a lot on y'all.
It was a lot.
Well, there was
So-
a lot. There was so much happening
Mhm.
at the time because when we were there, my job was when I was brought on was when we expanded from 4 to 8 campuses
Same.
was to initiate all of the small groups and all the make sure everybody was on the same page from that point, which meant we worked all the time.
Mhm.
You just had to. You
Yeah.
just because there wasn't enough time.
Do you remember the time I opened my big mouth at all staff and said, part-time is all the time, full-time and full-time is all the time? Do you remember when I said that out loud? And the senior
In
pastor.
front of how many hundred people?
Oh, it was like 225 people on
Uh-huh,
staff and
uh-huh.
the senior pastor. And he said something about ministry or something. And me and my smart mouth, I was like, oh, yeah, well, part-time's full-time and full-time's all the time. And he got in his feelings about that.
Oh yes.
And I was like, whoops, you can count on me to tell you the truth. But
Yeah, because at the time I think there was around 250 to 300
Mhm.
people on staff, like in
Mhm,
the room at the time.
mhm.
I do
It was a
remember
lot
that.
of people.
Yeah.
But I loved what I did there. But I knew that it was time, and I ended up leading a trip to Kenya, Africa, with 9 college girls. And while I was there, I was like, Lord, like let the time that we're here, will you let us serve the women really, really well, and then make what's next for me really, really clear. Don't pray that if you ain't ready.
Oh, my.
Do not. Like literally, it is that changed everything for me. And so then I came back and I was so convicted by taking, I don't know why this is the weirdest thing that convicted me, but like I was taking the salary from people's tithe money and I was checked out.
Yeah.
I did not want to, I was like Googling how to help kids in foster care. I wasn't even thinking about starting a nonprofit. I was like,
Mhm.
kids in foster care. I remember Googling stuff like that.
I remember you brought up like in one of the times because we would sometimes congregate in
Mhm.
in my office or in one of the break rooms or something, and you started talking about wanting to help foster kids, and I was like, oh, okay. And then
Yeah.
you brought up the idea of Jambos, and I was like, what? Okay, well,
Yeah.
that's very. It just felt very different from what you had been
Mhm.
doing and the Rebekah that I knew at the
Mhm.
time.
So where did that bridge happen?
Honestly, I have no idea. It's all a blur. I'll be really real with you. Like I know I have a heart for people and I know I have a business mind. And those two things together is what makes nonprofit ministry work.
Mhm.
Because they have to like sit in tandem. So like if you're only heavy heart, then you're not thinking about your annual budget and your HR compliance and your 990 and all this,
Mhm.
right? Or your marketing strategy, and you're not thinking about that.
Mhm.
If you're heavy corporate, you will get so deep into those things I just named and forget the reason why you're doing what you're
Is
doing.
the heart of it.
So they have
Yeah.
to sit just perfect in order to get the secret sauce. And so I'm grateful for that gifting because I think that that's what has gotten us to where we are, because I can sit and cry with you and talk to you and empathize and pray over you, but then 5 minutes later I'm talking to you about a content calendar and a strategy for our marketing campaign. Like I don't, that's God's favor, because I did
Right.
not go to college for this. I did not get an education for this. I literally don't know where this came from.
Right.
Which
I
is
mean, I
super
do.
cool.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It. So so in essence you shared a little bit in the beginning of Jambos, but like give us the one, where's where the name come from? What does it mean?
I was
And
gonna say,
then
please don't
Yeah,
forget to
I-
tell
and
the
then
name
also
part.
too like how to start. Like just tell
Okay.
me and hold on, where are we at on time?
Yeah.
Okay.
at 30
So
minutes.
we may have to do a 2-part and
that's
get to the
Okay.
goods, but let's keep going
Okay.
in this. Yeah.
Okay, you guys chop it up however you want to chop it up.
Okay.
You take out whatever. Okay, so
We're not taking
Jambos-
anything
Take
out.
out
Okay,
anything.
I'm like, take out whatever. Jambos, my mom called my pajamas Jambos when I was a kid. I thought that's what they were. So
Yeah, have you asked
yeah.
her why she did that?
I think it was like a tongue-in-cheek, like kind of picking on. There was like a nickname of a guy in school or something. Like it was like something funny from her past.
That is so
Okay.
And
cute.
it was nothing
I
like,
love that.
yeah. And so she would always say, like, go put on your Jambo Keepmans. I don't know why. I don't
Your
know.
pajamas had a last name.
Yeah, Jambo. Yes. Jambo Keatmans. Go put your Jambo Keatmans on. And
Keatmans.
I know. I'm like, I hope that's not a guy she went to college with or something.
First
but,
name, last
yeah,
name.
first name, last name. That's his full government name.
Yeah.
Jambo
Wait till
Keatmans.
Baby Lucy, we're
Mhm.
going to put your jammies on.
I know.
They
And
don't
so-
have a whole name.
My kids now, I heard my youngest say Jambo Keatmans the other day. And I was like, oh. Anyway, so she called our pajamas Jambos. And then when I spent the time in Africa, I was talking about Swahili is the language they speak in Kenya, the area of Kenya that we were in. And Jambo means hello or welcome. And the story,
Is it spelled the same?
but we have an S on ours, so Jambos.
Gotcha.
And then the Americans have to say jam. They can't say jam to save their lives. So I
Got it.
just went with it. It's fine.
Go with the flow. Just
Yay,
go with the flow.
English.
Yeah.
Yay. So, yeah.
Well, welcome to
So,
the South. too.
Yeah, exactly. Jambos. Woo.
If I can teach my 6-year-old first graders that we go with the flow,
Yeah.
I can tell them we go and they'll say with the flow.
That's so
like,
cute.
You got to teach the grown-ups
I
to
love it.
too.
Yeah, they just can't. And it's fine. So, yeah. So that's where the name came from. I knew that I remember hearing my parents like dream up a idea of having a pajama company, and they were like going to make and play off of the word jam. So they were going to put like traffic jammies and toe jammies and like make the prints on them like really
Stop
cute. I remember them doing that, and I remember seeing one. My mom was a stay-at-home mom my whole life, but that it showed my mom's creativity and it showed my mom's kind of business mind,
Right.
and I really kind of got something from that. I was like, okay,
Yeah.
mom, go off, you
Yeah,
know.
that's cool.
And so, but that never really came to fruition or whatever. But
But
it was kind of in the
she
back of my
planted
head.
that seed.
I know. And it was like,
Mhm.
I remember
She didn't even
listening to
know.
them like dream that up. And I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. So there was that kind of always in the back of my head. They always gave us pajamas at Christmas. Jammies are like our thing in my
Mhm.
family.
Hmm.
And so when I got back from Kenya, I went to DFCS and I was like, what do you need? Like, I want to help kids in foster care. I'm a single mom. I have no business bringing kids in my house right now. There doesn't say that single moms can't. I just didn't have any business doing that in
Yeah.
that season.
Right.
And they were like, honestly, kids in foster care need pajamas.
Really?
And I was like, bet. I can do that.
Yeah.
Like that, got it. So I went to my small group and I said, let's, instead of exchanging candles and bottles of wine this year, let's all just collect pajamas and I'll take them to DFCS. Like,
Right.
fun. And 9 of us collected 223 pairs of pajamas. And I was like,
Wow.
holy crap,
Whoa.
this is going to work. Like, this is a thing.
Was that kind of your aha moment when you're just like,
Yeah.
oh, I could actually do this?
Yeah. And I had nothing. I had no website, no branded content, no logo, really no name. A friend of mine made a little flyer. My mom let me borrow her Rubbermaid bins. Like, I was like, I didn't have anything. It was,
Wow.
I had $12 in my bank account the day I quit my job to start this.
Oh, wow.
Like, that's it. Not
Wow.
not like a savings, no 401k, nothing. $12. That was
Wow.
it. And so I was like, well, I can't go buy Rubbermaid bins, and I can't even make a
No.
business card. Like,
I gotta
text
buy
me,
some.
girl.
I
Like,
gotta buy some
I
groceries for
barely,
some kids.
barely
Yeah.
could feed my own kids, you
Yeah.
know. And so, so yeah, we collected 223 pair, and I took them to DFCS. I didn't have any like branding or I didn't. It was just, hi, we love you. Here's some pajamas. And
What was their reaction to that?
well, they were like thrilled because at that point there were 843 kids in Gwinnett County foster system.
Whoa.
Oh, wow.
And that's a lot of kids. And I was
That's
like,
a lot
well,
of
I want to
kids.
serve 843 kids.
Yeah.
And that year we served 5,500 kids.
Oh,
And we
wow.
put, and we like pushed pajamas all the way down like Fulton County, Forsyth County, Hall County. I was pushing like, and I was like in my living room, pajamas were everywhere. My kids had to
Wow.
move pajamas to put the Christmas trees up. Like, it was like, my God, get these pajamas out of here, you
Yeah.
know? And so, I mean, I had mentors and that sort of thing, but it was literally a bunch of people just saying, I'll do it. And it was like, okay, so they hosted jammy drives, and I would take laundry baskets and tape our name to the front with a piece of paper, and they would tell their school class about it.
Mm-hmm.
And they would tell their church about it, and they would tell their gym about it. And it was like soccer moms and CEOs, and here comes like, it's the craziest thing. And so 5,500 kids in year one, I was
Wow.
like, I should probably like get a website.
I need to like get organized
Like,
a
I was
little.
like, I have no money for a website. I have no money for any of this. And God just kept providing it. And people would come into my life and be like, I'm a web developer. Do you need help? Yeah.
Sure do.
Sure do. Thought you'd never ask.
Yeah.
Like, what? And so that type of stuff just kept happening over and over and over. And then, yeah.
Okay,
So-
so let's, where are we at, Michael? Okay, so what this is a great place for us to just kind of like, all right, let's pause.
Yeah.
We're gonna take a minute, maybe bathroom break, whatever it may be. Jump back into part 2 because there's some things I want to jump into that like I want to hear the struggles. I want to hear the
I'm
stuff of
sure
being a
there's
single
some.
mom,
Mhm.
juggling all that. I want to hear. I want
Okay.
I want to get into all of that a little bit more,
Okay.
and I feel like if we just keep going,
Yeah.
it could be a little too long. So
Okay.
we're gonna take a break. And
Join
we're
us
gonna-
for part 2. Woo!
yeah, we're gonna jump into part 2. So thank you guys.
Yay.